Let me share my screen. Okay. Well, now you can see, and you and top 10 most visited cities around the world.
If you're planning a round-the-world trip, you'll need an itinerary. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 must-visit cities around the world. For this list, we picked cities based on how beautiful they are, how fun they are, and how much they have to offer tourists in the way of cuisine, must-see attractions, and overall vibe. Number 10, Berlin, Germany. Once a divided city, Berlin is now bursting with culture, architecture, attractions, and festivals for visitors to take in. From the institutions on Museum Island to historical sites like the Reichstag, Brandenburg Gate, the Berlin Wall Memorial, and the many town squares, to the never-ending parties of the city's many clubs, there's something to keep visitors occupied day and night. The beer and cuisine in this city go hand in hand to give tourists a taste of authentic Germany. A meeting place of old and new, charm and fortitude, Berlin allows travelers to live history on its streets. Number 9, Barcelona, Spain. This Spanish city's reputation for football fandom precedes it, as does its identity as a region that honors both its past and future. Nestled by the Mediterranean Sea and the Serra de Collserola mountain range, Barcelona's views are spectacular. Its climate is warm and its beaches are breathtaking. But it's much more than natural beauty. There are also cathedrals and churches galore, stadiums that have hosted World Cup matches and Olympic Games, and stunning architecture everywhere you look. And at night, the city's tapas bars and restaurants entice visitors to savor some of the local flavors. Number 8, Tokyo, Japan. A mixture of the old world and futuristic technologies, Tokyo is one of the only places you can see a traditional kabuki show 1 minute, then find yourself looking at cutting-edge fashion in the Harajuku neighborhood the next. Packed with people, skyscrapers, and one of the world's most state-of-the-art mass transit networks, you'll also want to take in traditional Japanese culture while visiting by way of local shrines, shows, and markets. And let's not forget the food. Tokyo is a world capital for cuisine, with almost double the Michelin stars of Paris's restaurants. Number 7, Amsterdam, the Netherlands. Named for its beginnings as a dam on the Amstel River, this water-based city is a feat in both architecture and beauty. Nicknamed the Venice of the North due to its many canals, Amsterdam offers a great balance between nature and man-made creations, as well as historical and contemporary style. Whether you travel on foot, by boat, by car, or by bike, you can see the world's oldest stock exchange, the Anne Frank House, and the Van Gogh Museum. And we can't discuss Amsterdam without mentioning its famous red light district and marijuana cafes. Number 6, Rome, Italy. Founded in 753 BC, this modern and innovative city allows visitors a view of the past. Known for its fashion, art, and sites like the Colosseum, it's considered one of the birthplaces of Western civilization. Rome is also an important religious destination for those interested in the Catholic Church, as the city helped shape Christianity as a whole. But a visit to this popular Italian city would not be complete without a glimpse of the Roman way of life. And food, drink, cinema, and opera are all essential aspects that cannot be missed. After all, when in Rome. Number 5. Istanbul, Turkey. East meets west in Turkey's largest city. A cultural and economic hub, Istanbul is a transcontinental city because it spans the Bosphorus Strait. With historical importance as the capital city of 4 former empires, this Turkish delight is teeming with relics of those civilizations in the form of art and architecture. And its mosques and churches are just a few examples. With friendly locals, its grand bazaar, and countless minarets dotting the skyline, Istanbul was named the European Capital of Culture in 2010, meaning it remains a world-class tourist destination. Number 4. Shanghai, China. Another bright, bustling Asian metropolis, Shanghai is home to more people than any other city in China, with over 24 million calling it home. While Beijing and Hong Kong are also worth visiting, Shanghai is a beautiful mix of tradition and modernity. As fast-paced as its magnetic levitation train, this financial capital lies at the mouth of the longest river in Asia, the Yangtze. Considered the place of origin of everything modern within China, as well as the birthplace of literature, cinema, and theater. Shanghai's museums, historical destinations, and temples are all must-see sites. Number 3. London, England, the United Kingdom. Founded by the Romans roughly 2 millennia ago, London is a world capital in terms of culture, finance, tourism, and by almost any other standard. A great city to visit for a living history lesson. Sites like the Globe Theatre, the Tower of London, and the many museums offer visitors a taste of the old world, while tourist standards like Big Ben, Piccadilly Circus, and Buckingham Palace are also unmissable. A fascinatingly diverse city with people from all around. You can enjoy all of London from high above via the London Eye. Well, I'll accept the pubs, that is. Number 2. New York City, the United States. The city's so nice they named it twice. New York, New York is the city that never sleeps and the Big Apple, among its many monikers. If you're interested in visiting a world capital that wields influence over everything from commerce to cuisine, fashion to finance, politics to technology, New York City is your place. The gateway to the land of opportunity. It's been influenced culturally by its status as the primary access point for immigration to the U.S. Easy to navigate due to its grid-like design, visitors can find their way to countless world-famous landmarks in any number of distinctive neighborhoods in a New York minute. Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Number 1. Paris, France. Timeless in its elegance and consistent center of enlightenment throughout its history, the City of Light may be for lovers, but it's much more than that. The perfect spot to experience the old world charm of Europe, since the city's main architecture has remained mostly unchanged. Paris is at once grand and intimate, with impressive structures like the Eiffel Tower and l'Arc de Triomphe, standing near small cafes, bookshops, and boutiques. If sites like the Louvre or Notre Dame Cathedral don't appeal to you, the city's bohemian vibe and unparalleled culinary delights are sure to tickle your fancy. Do you agree with our list? Which city do you want to visit? For more breathtaking top 10s published every day, be sure to.
Okay. Which city do you want to visit? Tell me and why.
Too many.
Oh man. Okay, the first one.
First one. Atlanta Moss, right? City Atlanta Moss. Published. I think I want to go to Rome, Italy.
Oh, Rome, Italy. I do agree with you. I like it.
Yeah.
And why?
Because I want to visit Peter Church. Yeah.
Church.
I want to see the architecture. Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
I would like is better than want. Okay, so I would like to visit, okay, church and, for example, river, architecture. Okay, very good. And after Rome, Italy?
I think, London.
Oh.
London.
Yeah, London is really good choice. It's really good choice. It's really.
I think it's very expensive. I think that's.
Of course. But if I want to compare, I say New York is expensive, more expensive than London.
New York.
Yeah, of course, New York is more expensive. Of course, you can find something, but I think it's a bit expensive. Yeah, cost or a little expensive, but high. And well, London is really beautiful. It's really beautiful and historical with great architecture, except British accent. That I don't like.
Yeah. It's very it's hard to hear. Yeah, it's hard to hear that.
Once I remember once, I traveled to London for a week, and I remember that was really difficult, and actually, I thought that why are they talking in this way, and actually they had the same idea about me. You're talking in this way. Why? That's a little strange. But but it's really hard. It's really hard, especially when they speak fast. We don't realize what are we talking about. We have the same language, but I can understand what it's saying.
You can hear it now.
Yeah, of course. That's really.
I can. Yeah.
It's really interesting, and it's really, I think, it's a little weird. Okay. Racism. Yes. Okay, so after that, London. And then if you want to pick another one.
Amsterdam.
Yeah, Netherlands. Of course. And why?
I don't know. I think I just like it.
So could you write down something, some notes, something, about the cities or no?
No, I think it's in the Europe, right? Netherlands. Yes, and I want to visit, but no idea about Amsterdam.
Yeah.
No idea about it.
Of course, very good. So we have three choices: London and Amsterdam, and the first one was I forgot what was the first one.
Rome, Italy.
Oh, Italy, of
Yeah,
course.
Rome,
Rome, Italy,
Italy.
of course. Why not? I hope you can. I can.
Yes.
You can. As soon as possible in the near future.
Mhm.
So tell me, I want to ask your opinion about this video. Was it difficult or no? If you want to, for example, tell me about the percentage that you realized you understood from video. How much did you figure out? How much did you understand from video?
Uh, I think about 60%. Yeah.
60%.
Yeah,
That's really
60%.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that was really
I think
good.
that's
So that's really
yeah.
good. Okay, very good.
Many word I
This,
don't understand. Yeah.
of
Many
course,
word.
so,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
But try to, anytime that I play a video or something like this, try to make notes. Maybe one or two words. Okay, of course, you can see the subtitle, so it's not bad to write down. And then, of course, you will get familiar with new words. And of course, you can talk. This is really, really good way to actually enhance your vocabulary resources. So just try maybe one or two words, no
Yeah.
matter how many words, but that is really, really important to do this, and you will get a really good result. Okay?
Yeah.
Wow. After this interesting video about word, let's keep going with our dear book. So,
Yeah.
okay, we have some words, some words, some actually destination to travel. Why not? Which do you want to visit and why? So let's check. Of course, we talked about, again, we have London and France, Paris, Vietnam. What is this? Dannon?
Beijing. Beijing in China. China.
China, of course.
China. Beijing.
No,
Beijing.
Beijing.
China.
This one, Dannon. It's
Yeah. Da Nang in Vietnam.
it's in your
In
country.
the center of Vietnam. Yes.
Ah, of course.
Yeah.
So I
Da Nang
pronounce
is
it correctly.
center of
Okay,
Vietnam.
Dannon. Okay, Sydney and Bangkok, Korea, Australia. Have you ever thought about traveling to Korea?
Korea. Yes. Yes. I have. Yes, I have.
North, north or south?
Uh, yeah, I know you. Of course. Of course, South. Right. South Korea.
If you travel to North
No.
Korea,
Yeah.
you won't be back.
Yes. Stay forever.
Yeah, of
Oh, you know that.
of course. Sometimes I see some news
Mhm.
about the leader. I don't know the name. It's a little.
Kim Jong Un. Kim Jong Un.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
Kim
course,
Jong Un.
something like
Yeah.
this. It's little. It's really, really different because we have Donald Trump, but
Mhm.
it's something different from Donald Trump. It's really different.
Mhm.
This guy.
Yeah.
So I think it's a little scary country. When I think about it.
Yes, I think that's
Yeah,
really
but there is
scary.
no
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, famous landscape. Of course,
Famous
you know
landscape.
this word. There are lots of famous landscapes all around the world. Something beautiful, and of course, something really interesting, somewhere really interesting to visit. Okay, so famous landscape. And after that, public transportation. I think that is really important to
Mhm.
know about your destination when when you want to travel somewhere, because you need to sometimes use public transportation, so
Mhm.
you need to know. And art museum. Have you ever visited any art museum?
Mm, yes, but I don't
Have you ever?
remember.
Yeah, so
uh,
did you like it? Did you like?
yes. It's,
Hmm.
I think I like it.
Yeah, of course.
So,
And of course, that is really interesting. a great mix of people. Sometimes we have some cities like New York, and you can see a great mix of people from different countries, and in Asian or Korean or Japanese, all something like countries, all people from all around the world, and that's really interesting. So, and we call this type, and we name this type of cities cosmopolitan. Okay, so it's something like multi nationalities. Okay, mix of
Multinationality.
people, of course, mix of people. Ah, different kind
Different
of
guys.
food. That is really, I think, if I want to travel somewhere, the first thing that I think is food.
Mm-hmm.
I think is
Yes.
food is really important. Food is really
Yes.
important. Mhm. So it's your turn.
Famous landscapes. Mm, uh, Đà Nẵng has many famous landscapes.
Hmm. Very good.
Mm, when you travel to another country, you can use public transportation.
Hmm. Of course.
Mm, you should go to the Art Museum when you visit Paris.
Hmm. Of course. Of
Yes,
course.
a great mix of people. Mm,
Your pass. Hmm.
a great mix of people. I don't know how to make a
So you
sentence.
can say New York. New York is a
Um,
cosmopolitan city, and you can see a great mix of people in the city. Okay, so you can say,
yeah,
hmm, and different kinds of food.
first. When you go to when you visit another country, you should try to eat different kind of foods.
Hmm. Nice, very good. Well, there is another structure. Be plus famous for and noun or verb in gerund or ing form. For example, my town is famous for, now we have noun. If you want to use noun, of course, you can use adjective. For example, beautiful beaches. Okay, so you can use adjective before noun. So we can have a noun, okay, and after that be depends on our subject. For example, something like am, is, or are, of course, is or are, I mean, and famous for, well known, famous, okay, well known or famous for, and after that we can have a noun or verb plus ing. Okay, famous for example, delicious food, famous for beautiful beaches. Okay, so this is an example Be and famous for plus noun and adjective. Of course, be for noun, we have adjective because we normally try to emphasize or try to, identify our words, our nouns. So we use an adjective to describe our noun, okay? And now, of course, you can use a verb. Why not? For example, you can say, my town is really famous for having lots of different cuisines. Something like this, okay? So having. And, well, so, we have an audio and some people are talking about what they like about their cities. So check the points made by each person. So first of all, let's listen and then, okay, give me a moment. Well, unit 17 is not here. Please. Yeah. Can you believe it? It's impossible to. Why? Let me find something. Ouch. Don't do this. Why? This is your chance. You're really lucky. There's no audio here. Why? What happened?
I don't know.
Yeah, I can find it. I can find it. I never give up. So let me just give me a moment to find it. So, okay, open. Please, please, please.
Page 50. Lesson 11B. Plenty to do. Activity 1. Part B. Listen. Karen, Andrew, and Grace are explaining what they like about their cities. Check the points each person makes. First, Karen.
London's a really great place to visit. I go everywhere by bus. You know, the famous double-decker red buses? It's so easy to get around by bus. You can get a cheap all-day bus pass and go on any bus all day and all night. Actually, many of the famous places are quite close to each other, so on a fine day, you can walk between them. That's my favourite way to get around the city. If you want my tip for the best place to go, it's the British Museum. The museum with exhibits from all over the world. It's an old museum, but it has a wonderful modern glass roof. And like all the museums in London, it's free.
Okay.
Next, Andrew.
Andrew?
You'll really enjoy Sydney. It's a wonderful place for a visit, and there's so much to see and do. I mean, everyone knows the Opera House. It's one of the most famous buildings in the world, and the people in Sydney will always be ready to help you. They're very friendly to strangers. And Sydney Harbour is the biggest in the world. You can travel the ferries all around the harbour. And Sydney has fantastic sandy beaches. Oh, and there's one place you really must go on a ferry, and that's the Taronga Zoo. It overlooks the harbour and is a great place to see Australian animals such as kangaroos and koalas. But you know, for me, the best thing about Sydney is the harbour.
Finally, Grace.
Visitors love Singapore for the shopping. It's excellent, and you can get some real bargains here. Oh, the food is great too, you know. All kinds of Asian food and not expensive at all. The outdoor food markets are the best places to eat. You order your food, and then it's cooked right in front of you. And then you go and eat it at a table outside. It's fun and a great way to meet people. But what I think you'd like most about Singapore is the great mix of different people. Chinese, Malay, Indian, and European. For me, that's the best thing about Singapore.
Hey,
Okay.
from the beginning.
Karen.
Karen.
Karen. London is a good. Uh, yeah, it's easy to get around on boats. Mm, the British Museum is excellent and free. Uh, you can walk to many famous places. Yeah, three. Karen.
Okay. Andrew.
And the people are very friendly. Uh, it has the largest harbor in the world. You can see koala and kangaroo at the Tengru Zoo. Tengru
Very
Zoo.
good. And last one, Grace.
Great. Singapore is great for shopping. Uh, they a great mix of people. It's a good flavor for different kind of Asian food.
Very good.
Yeah.
Great job. Yes, you did it. Okay, well, before we read this part, let's learn some adjectives to describe cities. Why not? So let's learn them. Let me put this one here. Okay, and this one here now. First of all, there are some adjectives that you can use to describe a city or your hometown. But first, before I start talking about these adjectives, I'm going to ask you a question. Then, of course, I start talking about these adjectives. What your city or your hometown is famous for? Using ing or noun, please.
Ho Chi Minh City is famous for a wreck of mixed people.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
Mixed people.
is famous for
Famous for Greg's mix. Greg's mix.
okay,
People.
great mix is okay.
Greg's
Famous
mix.
for great mix of people. Okay,
Mix of people.
okay, or for having, you can say for having, you can say. Oh, very good. Well, now let's learn some adjectives. The first one is ancient. You know this one. Ancient is a synonym of old. Actually, a city that
Ancient.
has a long history. So ancient, a place, a city, you know, anywhere, a place that has a long history. Okay, so you can say attractive, lovely, and you can actually combine it with some other words, something like similar words like attractive. Okay, yeah, of course, lovely place. So you can say very old history. Okay. Now, you know, beautiful. It's of course something that you normally, so I'm not going to talk about it. Boring is another adjective that you can use. For example, when a city is not lively, of course it's boring. You know, when actually it's dull, it's not interesting, we say it's boring. You know this. For example, the city is really boring. It means not very interesting. Okay, so you can say. And uninteresting can be synonym. Uninteresting is the synonym of boring. Okay, well, the next one that is good. Bustling. Bustling is the next one. It means a crowded and busy place. A really crowded and busy place is bustling. Okay, so we can say
Bustling.
lively, and lively is a synonym of bustling, of course. And a city or a place can be charming. Charming is another word. Okay, it's really nice. Okay, very pleasing. So very pleasing, very nice. Okay, and we have another word, contemporary. Contemporary means modern and very up to date. So when somewhere is contemporary, it means, for example, I don't know, Chicago is very contemporary, modern, and very up to date, of course. And we have another word, compact. So when it's not really big, okay, we say compact. Okay, for example, of course, you know, when it's contained within a small area, okay, it means small. For example, I live in a compact city. It means small city.
Small city.
Yeah, of course, and of course, I said cosmopolitan. That you know, it's another word that you need to know, and normally cosmopolitan cities are really rich, so full of people from different part of world and rich. So you can say crowded is a word that you know, so I don't want to say crowded. You know this one, okay? I'm not gonna very full of people. Okay. And a city can be expensive. A place can be expensive. Okay, so you can say expensive another. It means costing a lot of money. You know this. For example, Tokyo is very expensive place to live. And so, of course, you know this. You can use costing. Okay, a lot of money. Okay, well, a city can be fascinating. So, fascinating, it means very interesting. So, fascinating means very interesting. Huge, of course, means very big. You know this. And if somewhere, oh, where is E? So, huge. Okay. And if somewhere is not expensive, can be inexpensive. Inexpensive is the opposite of expensive. It means not costing very much. Okay, so for example, Mexico is inexpensive. Of course,
You know,
is
Lao.
of course. And well, we have something like popular, of course, you know, and it can be touristy. So this one, another one, touristy. Another word. It means visited by lots of tourists. Okay, tourists. So, for example, my hometown is really touristy. It means visited by lots of people. And there is another, actually, there is an idiom here, and it's not bad to learn it. Hustle and bustle. For example, I love New York because of its hustle and bustle. You know, it means something like noise and, you know, busy places. So bustling is adjective. It means crowded. Bustle is noun. It means crowd, hustle, noise, and crowd. So some people like this noise and crowd, so they'd rather stay and live in big town. But some people know, for example, I want to leave this town because of this hustle and bustle. I need somewhere to take rest. Okay, so hustle and bustle is an idiom that you can use to talk about a crowded and noisy place, and of course busy. Okay, well, your turn. Ah, make some sentences. It's your turn. You don't like the sport.
Yes.
God, I can't do anything about this. Okay.
Oh.
Well,
Let me think. Uh, Hội An. Hội An is the famous for ancients. Right.
famous for
Famous
history,
for
not for ancient
ancient
adjectives.
place. Yeah.
Huh, you can say, yeah, you can say it's famous for ancient places, but ancient
place.
alone, no. Ancient and another word, okay, a noun. So, of course, good.
Ancient place, right?
Of course, we say ancient
Yeah, right.
place,
Ancient
okay?
place.
Yeah, or ancient architecture, ancient buildings, okay? But we don't say ancient solely, just ancient, we don't say. Mhm. If we have be, we can say, for example, you can say, my hometown is an ancient town, okay, something like this. But no, normally we need to follow this adjective by a noun, something like a place or something like this.
Mhm. Mm, Ho Chi Minh City is the crowded place. Crowd,
So
crowded place.
yeah, you
Yeah.
don't need to say crowded place. As crowded is crowded, or is bustling. It's better to say bustling. Okay, so you say Ho Chi Minh, Ho Chi Minh City, Ho Chi Minh,
Yeah.
yes,
Ho
yeah,
Chi Minh. Ho Chi Minh. Ho
Ho
Chi
Chi
Minh.
Minh, Ho Chi
Ho
Minh
Chi Minh
City,
City.
of
Yeah.
course, is bustling, of
A
course,
bustling.
yeah, of course. But I like this hustle and bustle, But I like this hustle and bustle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and
Mm-mm. Mm, New York is expensive. Yeah, expensive. Ah,
thank you so much. I know English. Okay, I know
ah.
you're going to say expensive. Thank you so much. Yeah, at least add something. For example, New York is expensive to live, to travel. This is expensive.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes. New York
Yeah.
expensive to visit. Yes.
Of
To
course,
visit.
of course, of course. Well, yeah.
uh, oh, it's okay.
No, it's not.
Continue.
We have some other. Okay? Ah,
Um,
don't trick me. Don't trick me. You didn't choose actually the hardest ones. So contemporary.
Contemporary, modern, and very up to date. Contemporary. Uh, Singapore. Singapore is contemporary.
Mhm.
Uh, Contemporary was. Oh, oh,
Ah,
oh
that
my
was
God! I
really
don't
good.
know how to. Okay.
So Singapore is contemporary and bustling. You can actually combine some adjectives. So
Mhm.
it's contemporary, bustling, and inexpensive, crowded
Mhm.
city. Okay, so we say something like this.
Yes. Oh my God.
If you combine them, if you use
Yeah.
all of them in one sentence, you get rid of making
Mhm.
sense. So just try to use all of them.
I'm poor. I'm poor to make a sentence.
No, you need to. But you can make a combination, a really good combination of these adjectives. But don't need to use them in one sentence. For example. Just make combination something like it's really huge, fascinating, expensive city, touristy, and fascinating.
Fascinating. Paris is a touristy and fascinating city to visit.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Can't think anything.
Yeah, it's okay. Actually,
Yeah.
that's really good. Let me say something. Actually, when you something like play with words, you can learn them, you can memorize them very, very well. It means, for example, when you say bustling, because we laughed at this word before. So when you think of it, you remember. Okay, it's something like, we're trying to make a memory about these words so that it will be really easy for you to actually remind them and review and reuse them. Okay, so just let's try to make some, I don't know, ridiculous sentence. No worries, just try to use them. Okay, then we can laugh together.
Yeah.
Okay, so for example, however, let me say, however, which city is small city? I don't know any small city, for example. However, for example, Pocahontas is small, I don't know, something like small one, but it's actually really fascinating and I don't know, charming place. So we can say something like this. Okay. So it's small, but it's touristy, for example. Do you have any small city in your country that is touristy and is famous for tourist attractions?
Small city.
Yeah, do you have something well-known, famous somewhere?
Hanoi. Right. Hanoi
Hanoi.
city.
So Hanoi,
Small.
it's compact. It's compact, but
Yes, compass.
yeah, but it's touristy. Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, very good. Well, thank you. Thank you for making lots of sentences. That was good. Okay. Well, okay. You want to be Amy or Ben?
I'm Amy.
Okay, so let me. Okay, my mustache is very mustache. Okay, so
Yeah.
okay. Well, um, so you're Amy. I'm Ben.
Amy,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Are you going back home for the holiday?
Yeah, of course. It's been a long time since the last time I went home.
I never been to your hometowns before. Is there anything interesting there?
I can tell that we have a lot of cool things to do.
Really? It's so really amazing.
It sounds pretty
Sounds
amazing. Yeah,
pretty.
pretty amazing.
So pretty.
Yeah, we have the mountains. We can go climbing there and watch the sunset. It's really beautiful. I'm sure you're gonna love it. We also have the best restaurant and coffee shops in town.
It's awesome. Hey, can I go with you to your hometown?
Sure, why not? I bet you're gonna have a great time.
I believe so. Thank you, Ben.
You're welcome. So, girl actually wanted to date with this guy. You know,
Hmm?
you wanted to date with me. I'm Ben. So, at last, you said that, you know, hey, can I go with you to your, it means I want to go with you. So, pretty. Girls, they find some ways. Okay, well, so in this session and this lesson, we'll learn some words, adjectives. They're really essential adjectives. Try to use them, try to learn them. Okay, and we talked about something like most attractive, famous cities all around the world to visit. Yeah, Hanoi. Hanoi is the capital city in Vietnam.
Yes.
Okay. So many famous. Do you have many famous historical places?
Yes, Hanoi has many historical places, but
Very.
I haven't visited.
Of course, I haven't visited. Excellent. Or I have never visited. Very good. That was really good.
Yeah.
Very good. Or I have never visited. So, and I can guess this is Ho Chi Minh City, as you said, Ho Chi Minh, as you said.
Ho Chi Minh, yes.
Yeah.
HCM, Ho Chi Minh
HCM.
City.
Okay. So it's a big, busy city.
Yes, and a great so many people. Yes.
Of course.
Different kind of delicious foods. Yes.
Of course. And Da Nang is famous for
busy foods, many beautiful landscape, bright.
Great. So if I want to visit, if I want to travel to Vietnam, I'd
you go to
rather
Đà
go down, of course.
You should go to Đà Lạt.
Of course.
Yes.
So I knew my destination. Okay, this is my destination to travel. I want to go to Da Nang.
Yeah, but I think it's very.
I need to lose weight. I need to before traveling because seafood, beach, beautiful landscape. I know.
Then there's seafood. Yes.
Of course, I love them. Okay. Well. Okay, and tell me. Okay, what's the visitor like about your city? Okay, tell me. Are your people friendly in country? You know, for example, when someone visit actually your country, if people treat them friendly.
I think it's up to. It's hard to say. It's hard to say that. It's up to the people. Yeah, that they have nice people and they have
I'm asking for myself.
No, ugly people. Oh, no, not ugly people. Not good. Yeah. Not good.
I'm asking for myself. I'm asking for if I travel to a country, you know, whether I want to know when I travel to a country if whether your people are friendly or no. So I'm asking for myself. So friendly.
Yeah, I think that.
Of course, you're friendly.
Yeah, many people that can have an idea. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Very good. Well, okay, my dear me, do you have any questions, any issues related to this prize? Something that you want to ask me?
Very easy. Man, easy. When I make a sentence.
Okay, so you need to, okay, this is your task. You need to make some sentences to me. Okay, just write some sentences. Try to make, okay, try to use this word. Okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Good, very good. Well, like always, it was really good time with you, talking with you. That was really, really interesting, really, really good. And I'm really happy to talk to you again. So have a really good night.
Yes.
And see you next session.
Bye-bye, teacher. Have a good day.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.